Hey, what's happening, guys? So, we're getting back into this. I did a little bit of work in between so that a couple of the trips back to and from the item box are not going to have to be completed now. So, I'm trying to limit the amount of you guys watching me do a lot of boring stuff. Here, I think we can open this door. Isn't this open from the... Yeah, it's open from the other side. Actually, where does that leave us? Okay, well that's a quick access way to somewhere in like a second or two that we can go, which is nice. What we're gonna do right now, what we need to do, is we need to collect a battery. Now, I already found the battery. I didn't grab it in case people are following along. You can now find where to get the battery, so you don't just look through my walkthrough and then all of a sudden you can't find where the battery is and you guys get upset. Because certain video playthroughs will actually do that to you, where they'll show you everything but then forget to mention that they edited it out like 15 minutes of their clip or something because they just didn't like the footage or whatever. They had like a corrupted file. And then you have no idea where to find a specific item, and then you're like totally lost. So this room right here, you take the elevator up here, or you come from the direction that I just came from. You find the battery. Now the battery is interesting because actually that opens up a new path for us to take right now. We could potentially leave the mansion and come back and do a whole lot of other stuff. But I like to do things in the order that they're supposed to be completed, so we're just going to keep sticking with knocking the mansion out here, and then we're going to explore what the battery gives us the opportunity to do. And we don't have a weapon on, we're moving a little faster. They did a really good job with the walking down the stairs animation. Okay, I believe we do have a guy in here. I have so many pistol bullets, I'm just killing whatever I see. If there's something in the room, he's gonna die. There's something handwritten. It's not dated. Nothing's changed. I never thought that this room I designed as an experiment would pay off like this. I can hide here safely for a while because nobody knows about the secret behind this painting. Not even Sir Spencer. Painting of a mansion in the back of the art room. And we got some like nasty looking brain thing. I don't even know how to describe that. Could this be a telescope? Looks pretty old. Yeah, we're not taking the ink ribbons. We don't need ink ribbons. Okay, this room's cool, actually. This room, first time I played it, like, freaked me out. Oh, man! My guy is just shredding recently. Okay, let's see. We got the jewelry box. I'm like pressing all over just to see if there's like a secret over here. No, man, let's just get out of here. So the whole point of coming in here was the jewelry box. Unlike the other jewelry box, you don't need to put the red gemstone into it. Or you need to put the red gemstone into it in order to unlock it. The previous one had like moon symbols and stuff like that on it, so that you actually needed to just like click buttons on it. This one doesn't make you do that. But it's boss time. It is a go. We're gonna wreck this thing. Usually I don't use a magnum on this boss, but I also feel like I always end the game with like 40 magnum shells, so I kind of just want to bust out the big boy and just let it rip. I could also pistol it to death. I do have like 8 trillion pistol bullets, but that would be quite terrible to watch. You know, some people beat this game playing it only with the knife. Like, I wonder, like, how hard these kids, like, had to memorize the boss fights. Because most of the game, I think you can get away with just, like, running door to door and just eating herbs and not actually killing anything. I'm imagining that's how most kids beat this game, with the knife. They don't actually kill things. But this boss coming up, you have to kill. Okay, so let's get this jewelry box open first. We're gonna be there in a second. There it is. It was kind of removed. Oh, man. They make you build a puzzle on top of this. I forgot about this. That's whack. Oh, and you can rotate it too. Not feeling it. Okay. That looks right to me, like right there. Yeah. It's gonna be like this, right? We're gonna get rid of that one. Oh, you gotta give me that. I was gonna say. Let's go to the other one. Okay, easy enough. Ooh, there was a brooch inside, was there? Okay. And then I think this is the Spencer family key. History as old as Raccoon City, huh? Ah, Shane. So that door, if you guys are wondering, we don't actually need this right now. Oh, I'm gonna use the self-defense gun too. There's no point in holding on to that. That gun's so stupid. I'm actually gonna magnum this thing. I have never magnumed this boss in my entire life, but we're busting out the heavy. I hate that they make the lighter built into the thing like that. You always misclick it. It's so frustrating. Okay, I'm going in so over the top jacked up. I don't think I need to worry about what happens to me moving forward. So I've never actually really confirmed this, but I've heard that this self-defense gun that my guy's rocking right now is actually stronger than a Magnum shot, which I find ridiculous because it's like this super bootleg one-shooter pistol. Oh! Yo, this is pro-level dodging. Let's go, baby. Oh, man. That got really serious. They should be able to have those things, like, break down that door. If I was gonna make a Resident Evil game like this and just make it, like, modern, maybe even include the tank controls into it, I would make it so that, like, every door in the game could pretty much just get broken down. That way you just can't escape, like, the craziness. And, like, certain areas are going to be more aggressive than others. Okay, well that sounds friendly. Okay, well we now officially have more health than I know what to do with. I am on the run. Oh, I knew he was coming for me there. Oh, bad spot. Run! Okay, so self-defense gun, put it into him. No way! I've never actually had the, wow, he ate so many bullets. This is really bad. Oh, man. I've never fought him that live before in my entire life, but that was over the top. Sucks to suck, Snake. I think, what is this, the wolf metal? Yeah, this is the wolf metal. Ooh, written word is dead. Okay, so we got the wolf metal now. I was really hoping it wasn't going to eat 10 magnum rounds and my self-defense gun, though. You know what I'm actually curious about? If you do damage to the snake earlier in the game, because I ran away from the snake and didn't kill him before. I really wonder if that actually affects how much health he has in the second encounter. Okay, yeah, let's get off of the Magnum in case I accidentally use it on some small guy. So before I was talking about tank controls, and if you don't play a lot of games, you might be confused as to what that actually means. Tank controls are basically whatever direction the character is facing is the direction he is going to move in if you're sprinting with your character. So my character right now is facing forward, but certain camera angles he is facing, you know, actually towards the TV, you know, like back this way, and then other times he's facing to the right and then to the left. And one way to counteract all of this, oh man. One way to counteract all of this is to actually have, you know, the tank control make sure you're going in one direction the entire time. Otherwise, what would happen is, if you're moving to the right and you're holding down the right joystick, and then the camera switches so that your character is looking to the left, even though you're still holding down the right button, you're going to then start moving in the opposite direction. And so they created these tank controls so that you're always facing and moving in the right direction no matter what. So it throws some people off. It's a little bit harder to maneuver than, you know, it probably should be. But overall, for the type of style of the game, it's pretty much needed. This part right here that we're coming up on, there was a moment where I was... What? Oh, man, I had no idea. There was a crimson head there. I had no idea. Okay, so I clearly left a bad guy alive right there. I can go down and probably avoid all that shenanigans pretty easily, unless if there's a hunter outside. I just don't feel like killing and wasting bullets right now, because I've been wasting so aggressively right now that it's like I've never had a file with this little ammunition going into like the final phases of the game. I'm probably gonna like walk myself into hunters though, trying to dodge like one crimson head. Yeah, if you're like a veteran game developer, you just definitely eventually throw something crazy in this room. I think they don't put anything in here the whole game, and it's kind of just like a safe haven. And I feel like there's a few too many of those areas where you can just abuse the map and the layout. Did I put okay, I put it away. Thought I still had it. Yeah, we're gonna push this video a little longer. The last couple have ended a little short. Okay, self-defense. You should honestly probably just discard this thing once it's out of bullets. Magnum. Let's put this away for a little while. We don't need that massive health. We don't even need this Wolfman at all. What we do need is the emblem key. The assault shotgun for sure. Where are we going right now? Oh, okay. And we're gonna need the crank. All right. Yep, that looks about right to me. Okay, so yeah, we're really progressing now. This is great. This is so much better. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you. The doorknob has been repaired. Why would they say that from one side of the door and not the other? See, even like... Yeah, we'll discard that key. Even like 20 years after the making of a game, you can still find subtle, small flaws in the design.
Rebecca! Is she upstairs?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure to protect her, you have to go upstairs and blow away a hunter. Not sure the benefit that you get out of it. I don't know. I'm kind of cynical. I forgot about this part. We're still churning along though, even after we save her. I don't even care. Which room is she in? I think she's in this room right here. The one I literally can't get through. And I'm gonna have to go through a Crimson Head to get to her. Yeah. That's alright. If the Crimson Head pisses me off, he's going down. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's right here. Let's go. How a hunter gets into this room, Yawn. What?
Rebecca.
Chris!
You okay?
I didn't mean to get you worried.
We can't stay here any longer. We have to get to the others and find a way out of here. You with me?
Yes.
Then I'll go ahead. Until then, Rebecca, you're on your own. Stay cool and use your better judgment. Got it?
I can handle myself.
Good luck.
Yeah, that was real convincing. I can handle myself. She's like hiding against a wall with this massive claws coming at her face. She's like, I'm good, dude. Alright. I'm pretty sure that helps me in the future. I'm just not sure what that does for me. Still wasted a few of my shotgun shells, but I don't care. If I need to run by and not get hit, I can do it. Actually, the Spencer. I didn't even investigate the Spencer. Oh, this is getting frustrating. This is slowly eating more and more of my time. I think there's a switch you just hit here. Okay, alright. Yeah, what do we get here? Oh, okay, one of the most important objects in the whole game. That makes sense. Yeah, it's actually funny. The entire area we're going to next, there's literally only one point in going to this area, and it's to get the item that goes with the item we just collected. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm glad I searched this room. I remember there being an item in here that was like halfway decent. That was definitely it. Okay, so actually having those on my little treacherous walk I'm going on is not too bad. Okay, my health's still on fine, so I can't get one shot by the hunters yet. In, I think it was Resident Evil Code Veronica. There's a ton of these Resident Evil games. That's one of the spin-offs that they had. I'm pretty sure in Code Veronica they had a red hunter. Or it's like a red, orange, purplish hunter. And when you got attacked by it, it would do a ton of damage, and it would poison you. And I remember that being like one of the worst enemies in any of these Resident Evil games to fight against, was the dude that poisoned you and did a ton of damage. It was a nightmare. I don't know why, I just figured they were gonna put a guy here. Okay. So, I didn't show that area to you guys before. I just killed the dogs that were wandering around here. We're going to take this elevator after I put the battery in. So, there's a little series of events that you have to do. I'll walk you through and show you guys what we're doing here. So, we're going down here. Oh my lord. Am I poisoned? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I hate these snakes. If I die right now, I should probably just throw my controller on camera. I think that's the worst addition to this entire game, are those snakes. Nothing? Okay. So here's the whole point of what we're doing. We put the battery in, and now we can go like this. We're basically just going to where the water is, taking the water, bringing it back up, and that's gonna unlock the waterfall and stop the waterfall from going so we can enter the cave. I don't know why water is gonna block us from entering a cave, but maybe our guy just didn't know it was there. I don't know how fast poison works in this game. Okay, that was a very compelling water animation there. So yeah, I've been thinking about the next game I'm gonna play. Resident Evil's definitely in my top list of games that I enjoy playing, but I don't know if it's amazing for people to watch, just because there's a lot of item collecting, there's a lot of downtime. It's not like a God of War where I'm just like always going ham in someone's face, and it's just like a blast to watch because the action never stops. So, I've been thinking about it, and I may want to do a God of War, or I may want to do like a Resident Evil 4, where Resident Evil 4, there's some item collecting, but it's a lot more action than this. And now we're in the caves. Caves are a great location. Let's eat a blue herb and then see where our health is at. Okay. And I know we're gonna want the shotgun shells. All right, guys, so we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna tie all the loose ends up together, and then we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna bang the caves out, and then after that, we're just gonna keep progressing. We're getting pretty far now, so catch you guys later.